Lesson 2.5, solving equations using addition or subtraction. This is what I tried explaining in the last lesson, but it gives it a more beginner's approach to how to do it. So you have to understand what inverse operations are. So inverse operations are things such as addition and subtraction, and multiplication and division. These undo each other. So what's 5? If you have 5 and then you subtract 5, you get 0. If you have -5, you add 5, this is 0. So we could use this to solve equations, because if you have something such as x plus 2 equals 5, to get rid of the 2, you have to do positive 2's inverse operation. So x plus 2, what's positive 2's inverse operation? -2. But whatever you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other to keep a equivalent equation. This just means what you do to one side of equation, you must do to the other. So if you have 5 in this side and you subtracted 2 from this side to get rid of the positive 2, then you would have to subtract 2 over here to keep an equivalent equation. So here you would get x equals 5 minus 2, which is 3. This brings us to example 1. But before doing example 1, we also have to analyze the subtraction property of equality. Subtraction property of equality. This is just math giving a fancy name to something that you guys already know. It's basically using subtraction to manipulate an equation. So if you have x plus b equals a, then if you subtract b from each side, you have x plus b minus b equals a minus b. So you're going to end up with x, because these two b's cancel out, equals a minus b. It's something this is what I already explained to you guys. You can do this with numbers. So let's say you have x plus 3 equals 5. Then if you subtract 3 from each side, x plus 3 minus 3 equals 5 minus 3. You're going to get x, because these two cancel out, equals 5 minus 3, which is 2. You're going to end up with these as the answers. That's how you manipulate equations using subtraction, which later I'm going to show you guys you could also do it with addition. So knowing this, which is what I already explained to you guys, but this is the fancy name for it, brings us to example 1. Example 1, we have to solve x plus 9 equals -3. So like I told you guys, we have to isolate the variable. So we have to get x to be on one side of the equal sign alone. So if we have x plus 9 equals -3, we're going to use the subtraction property of equality to subtract 9 from each side to get x alone. So x plus 9 minus 9 equals -3 minus 9. So these two cancel out. You're going to get x equals -3 minus 9, which is -12, which is our solution. And if you ever want to test to see if your solution is correct, you could plug it in. So we're going to plug it into the original equation. So -12, we're going to plug in -12 for x, plus 9 equals -3. this negative 12 plus 9 equals negative 3. So negative 3 equals negative 3. Check. Then we learn the addition property of equality. Addition property of equality. This says that adding the same number to each side of an equation produces an equivalent equation. So just like you could subtract anything from both sides of the equation and get an equivalent equation, you could add something to both sides of the equation and still get an equivalent equation. So with letters, I would describe it like this. If x minus a equals b, then if you x minus a plus a, because remember, if you have subtraction, addition undoes subtraction, but subtraction also undoes addition. They're inverse operations of each other. X minus a plus a equals b plus a. So you're going to get x equals b plus a. With numbers, this would be x minus 3 equals 5. Then x minus 3 plus 3 equals 5 plus 3. We would get these two cancel out, so x equals 8. This brings us to example 2. Example 2 says we have to solve 23 equals y minus 11. So we have y and negative 11 on this side. So to get y alone, we're going to have to add 11 so that this disappears, because negative 11 plus 11 is 0. So y plus 0 is y. So we're going to get y minus 11 plus 11 is the same thing as 23 plus 11. So 23 plus 11 is 34, is equal to y minus 11 plus 11, which is y plus 0, which is y. So y equals 34. Whenever you're expressing your answer, make sure the variable is on the left side. It just makes everything easier when you're showing it. When your teacher's grading your test, it's better that the variable will be on the left side. Finally, example 3 is about you weigh a horse and the weight of a horse on a trailer. The weight of the trailer alone, is 2,150 pounds. LB, this is for pounds. And they also tell us that the combined weight of the horse and trailer, so horse and trailer, is 3,375 pounds. So they're asking us, what is the weight of the horse? So x equals weight of horse, because this is what they're asking us to find. We always have to assign a variable for the value that they're asking us to solve for. So they're asking us to find the weight of the horse. So the weight of the horse plus the weight of the trailer, which is, we know is, let's just write it this, weight of trailer equals weight of horse and trailer. So we know the weight of the trailer, so it's going to be x plus the weight of the trailer, which is 2,150, is equal to the weight of the horse and trailer, which is 3,375. Now we have to solve for x, so we have to use the subtraction property of inequality to do x plus 2,150 minus 2,150 to get x alone equals 3,375 minus 2,150. So after doing this, these two cancel out, so we get x equals 1,225 pounds. This is how we use the subtraction property of equality to find the weight of the horse. And you could also think of it like this. If you know the weight of the trailer and you know the total weight and you're trying to find the weight of the horse. So the weight of the horse, which you don't know, plus 2,150 is equal to this. So you have to subtract 2,150 from both sides to get 1,225 pounds.